These are things a narcissist will always do to influence your mind and thinking. Narcissists have some distinct characteristics, that much is true. However, they also have many similarities, in which they commonly use some mind games tactic when they're manipulating others. In this video, we want to inform as many people as possible about the danger of interacting with narcissists. In light of that, we'd like to stress that the intention of this video is not to shame narcissists. Instead, it is designed to aid those who fear they may be the target of narcissism by providing them with the means to recognize the behavior. This could ultimately help in their ability to defend themselves from narcissists and continue living. People who suffer from narcissistic personality disorder are typically selfish, dishonest, and abusive of their own empathy. Despite all of their flaws, narcissists' most harmful quality is their initial attractiveness. First impressions and exchanges have confirmed his charisma, intelligence, and eloquence. These are temporary measures to gain favorable treatment from others, unfortunately. You will be used as a pawn in their game and forced to endure emotional pain. You can tell this isn't good, since I have some data to help you out. The following are the top 7 manipulative strategies narcissists employ to gain what they want from you. One instance of gaslighting. This is a familiar concept to many people who have experienced violent relationships. Narcissists are frequently the ones who engage in gaslighting. Then how do you define gaslighting? The idea is to manipulate people into questioning their own perceptions of the outside the door of the world. You'll be sure you closed the door before, but the narcissist deliberately opened it from the inside. You're afterwards criticized for your carelessness. Lucky you'd have someone you can rely on in them. You'll insist that you did secure the door. The narcissists will insist that you indeed forgot. The narcissist will repeatedly and convincingly mislead you to the point where you question your recollections and evaluations of previous events. They will often try to rewrite the story's events to benefit them and criticize you. They accomplish this by making up lies about you or accusing you of saying things you didn't say. 2. Arranging things for their own benefits. Narcissists will project their own problems onto you in order to gain your approval. They are launching their negative emotions onto another individual in an attempt to release them. You can usually tell when someone is trying to manipulate you by having you blame yourself for the issue rather than them. They could insult you, direct you, or become enraged because you share their interests. Actually, you are correct. The rules are different this time, to justify your actions. Third, they're blaming others. Sometimes narcissists will try to bring you down to their level by making you feel horrible about yourself in order to get what they want from you. You feel bad for them, so you stick with them and try to help them. In a passive-aggressive fashion, they bring up everything wrong they believe you have done to them. That's supposed to make you feel guilty, or maybe they'll use it as an excuse to harbor resentment, either of which will motivate you to make amends. 4. The radio silence. Yes, it's the silent treatment. We may not be a narcissist, but we've all turned our backs on someone to express our disapproval, anger, or hurt feelings. A narcissist will act similarly, but their motivations will be even more perverse. By being silent, they hope to make the target feel inferior. Your common sense of self-worth calls for a strong helping hand. You'll need these. They will ghost you even if you haven't done anything wrong and won't take you back until you beg them to. 5. Narcissists pretended they were unaware. This happens many times. Seemingly, narcissists can't be trusted with anything of value. Narcissists are consistently bad at one thing, and that's being trustworthy. It's that they can never be held accountable for their wrongdoings without offering an excuse. In order to justify their harmful actions and get away with them, they'd frequently pretend ignorance. You'll be fooled into thinking they didn't mean what they said or were naive. And when you think you've forgiven and made peace with them, they go and do it again behind your back. 6. Playing the victim. Suppose you've been here for a while. You'll recall that I warned you that narcissists always resort to using empathy as a weapon. What they actually do is as follows. When someone else is in difficulty, we typically know and feel that compassion and understanding are the best courses of action. In the hands of a narcissist, though, this is like a sign proclaiming your availability for exploitation. So, have they blundered or made a major error? There's a chance they've done something bad, of course. "I didn't do anything wrong," they say. They will just say simple things like that. The blame lies elsewhere, never their mistake. Narcissists would claim that life is full of injustices and that the cosmos itself is against them. It's just another way they hope you feel bad for them and donate money or at least your sympathy. 7. Throwing tantrums. It stands to reason that narcissists would be displeased if you refused to cave to their demands. Their response was that tantrums are now part of the conversation. They will get angry, yell, and use derogatory language toward you in an attempt to intimidate you into submission. Because they are always confident they are right, and everyone who disagrees with them must be tragically wrong, and thus the enemy, they cannot be reasoned with or convinced to change their beliefs. Can you think of anyone you know who exhibits these symptoms? Is this someone who seems to only care about themselves? If this is the case, it's important to be aware of these strategies so you can better prepare yourself to defend yourself and hopefully avoid falling victim to a narcissist's abusive behavior. To have any hope of being left alone by a narcissist, you need to know all of their techniques. If you refuse to give them what they want, they will not need you. Take care of yourself and try not to endure any unnecessary suffering. You are no longer required to participate in the narcissist's psychological games. Nevertheless, the diagnosis still needs to be made by a qualified professional. There is no guarantee that someone is narcissistic simply because they share some characteristics with narcissists. We expect that you have gained some knowledge after watching this video. Please help us keep bringing you fresh videos by clicking the buttons below to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate your presence here.